Thank you, sir. Our Vice Chancellor, sir, actually is already in a meeting, so he couldn't come. Truly privilege and honor to welcome you all in IEM for our very first graduation ceremony. Thank you all for honoring our invitation on this short notice. And we are really grateful to you, sir, to come up and motivate our young graduates, those who are nation builder, to motivate them to have come all the way. And your gracious presence means a lot to us. We will, as Mr. Sen has got some other urgent appointments, so he requested us that he will be leaving very soon. That's why we will start our speech, because we want to hear from you, and our students also want to get motivation from you, sir. So I would request Mr. Devatish Singh to give his welcome speech.
A very good morning to all of you, and extreme congratulations for graduating and getting into the larger world, and a great felicitation to IEM for their first ever graduation ceremony. My best wishes, of course, lie with all of you, especially the students out here who will be now entering their greater institute, that is the world, that is the planet Earth. In congratulating you for having so successfully completed your studies and looking at other things, I will not sermonize you too much, except to say that now that you have completed your studies, it is necessary to look around the world. My senior, Mr. Amit Kiran Dev, is here, but I recall a very important small incident years and decades ago, when I appeared before the UPSC for the interview for the IAS decades ago. And one of the first questions, I was a student of physics, and one of the first questions that I was asked by the interview board of the IAS, and they showed me a paper with a poem written over it, which all of us should know is, "Where the head is held high and the mind is without fear." This was written on a piece of paper, and the first question I faced in the interview board of the IAS was, "Can you tell us who wrote this?" They knew I was from a science background, and none of the interviews, including the chairperson, was from Bengal. So this question was being put, I later gathered, to everybody. I will not lie to you, I was in two minds. I know it sounds silly after so many years. Okay, so finally I told the right answer, of course, Gurudev, and the mood of the thing changed, of the board changed. They said, "We have posed this question to so many others before this, and nobody was able to properly say what this answer is." The question is not that I don't deal with poetry at all, and I don't claim to have read Rabindranath as well. But the question is that no matter how well I did in physics or how well I did in other spheres, they will look around you whether you are seeing a general knowledge of the whole world around you. Years later, just a few years back, I was called as a member of the UPSC board. Now I was interviewing others. It was not for IAS aspirant, it was for the promotion of departmental candidates into the IAS. Same Dholpura, same Delhi, and it felt weird that I was on the other side of the table and now interviewing. And one of the questions that the chairperson of the board asked was, "Do you know of Doklam?" That time that was being talked about, the Chinese aggression. If today a board is held, they would ask about, even I am not very sure of the pronunciation, But they would certainly ask about what do you know about Prigozhin and what he is up to. What is it that is happening that concerns the whole world? This is just to and just to tell you, young friends, that you are now going into the external world. But do please look around you and see and widen your horizon. This is the only thing I can give with absolute practical experience. And with this small bit of advice, that whatever you do, you please be aware of your surroundings, please be aware of what you have that is going on into the earth, and have a bit of care for others. This is the small advice I'll give you. When I mean care for others, I will invite you to come to visit to Newtown, to the seniors home and the Shopno that we have done. And one institution I will not name, an educational institution like this, they are holding and they are helping elders, senior citizens every week by giving them company, reading out stories and things like that. I would advise you to care for the planet Earth and do things that allow for sustainable development. Plant a tree, don't use plastic, give up non-vegetarian food if you can. These are earth-friendly things. So care for others and look around you. These are the two small pieces of advice that I would leave with you to ponder thoughts that I derived from my own life. Wish you a very, very sparkling future ahead of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. This was actually needed for our graduating students and postgraduate students. Whatever sir has said, it is very, very valuable things he has said, that caring is so much important in life, that caring takes a human being to a different heights altogether. And whatever advice sir has given, we were also honored because he has come all the way for you students. So please give him a big round of standing ovation, please, so that it's a culture in IEM that we should not forget the contribution made by our teachers, made by our stakeholders, made by our mentors, and Mr. Devashish Shen is one of such mentors. Thank you, sir. Next, I would request Mr. Amit Kiran Dev. He is chairman of governing body members. You may not know, students, that how much help he has done, how much mentorship he has given throughout these 30 years. And it is because of his guidance, our autonomous batch of students, they just sailed through this whole journey very smoothly. So we are grateful that Mr. Amit Kiran Dev he has come and he will address you right now.
Distinguished guests on the dais, members of the faculty, the non-teaching staff of the institute, and my young friends. It's a very proud moment for all of us. IEM, Institute of Engineering and Management, is holding its first convocation, and as you know, IEM is the first private engineering college in the state, and it is the best private engineering college in the state and one of the best in the entire country. On this occasion, I congratulate Professor Shuktaji Chakraborty, his very able son, Alex, the faculty members, and the non-teaching staff of the college, and all of you, young friends, on this grand achievement. And I hope that through sheer hard work and constant skill development, IEM is now a center of excellence and it will remain so for decades to come. When I look at young minds like you, I am reminded of an observation made by Albert Einstein. He had said that the problems we are facing today cannot be solved by the same level of thinking that created them. We need higher level of thinking, higher skill, higher level of consciousness to solve the problems of today. And I strongly believe that the future generation like you are superior to the preceding generation like us. You have already started at a higher level of consciousness. When I was born, for the next 10 years, we had no electricity in the semi-urban area where I was born, and I spent my early life. Now you have everything. You have not only electricity, you have computers, smartphone. So your level of consciousness is much higher. You are much smarter and you are much more skilled than we used to be. Now, no nation can call itself developed or strong unless it has a strong technological base. This is a fact. After the Second World War, as you know, Japan got devastated. Two young minds, Masaru Ibuka and Akio Morita, you might have heard their names, they started thinking about the future of their country. And they came to the conclusion that unless Japan develops technologically, unless it makes spectacular advancement in development of technology, it has no future. So, in a very small garage in Nihonbashi prefecture in Tokyo, they started a radio repairing shop. That was soon after the World War was over. And in 1960, these two people set up what is known as the Sony Convocation. And that became the leader in consumer electronics throughout the world. You know, in 1991, USSR collapsed. One of the main reasons for the collapse or disintegration of USSR was their technological obsolescence. In fact, after the Second World War, Soviet Russia focused only on defense R&D and neglected everything else. And that became their major weakness for which they had to pay such a high price. If we have a look at the scenario in India, I'll quote from a recent survey by HSBC, which says that the economic scenario in India is undergoing a qualitative change, with long-standing trends of a solid economic growth, young demographics, urbanization, and the rise of an aspirational middle class. India stands out as a big shining star in the global economy. New growth drivers like digitization, rapidly expanding India's startup ecosystem, I'll talk about it a little later, high-tech exports, and overall strength of the corporate balance sheets are real positive factors in our country. All these would in turn create unprecedented investment opportunities in the country over the next 5 to 10 years. And also, India's solid macroeconomic fundamentals put it on a track to be the global growth engine in the coming decade and beyond. It is in this context that we can make an assessment of the outcome of the recent visit of our Prime Minister to the USA. You see, the visit has resulted in a very close India-US relationship, which will henceforth see close and intimate cooperation and coordination in technology transfer and manufacturing for industrial supply chain. India and US have signed the Artemis Agreement, which will open doors for many possibilities in space. The NASA Artemis program from Moon to Mars is a huge one, and when India associates with it, both nations will benefit. On the actual manufacturing front, GE company's decision to manufacture fighter aircraft engines in India will be a milestone in India's defense sector. There are other important developments that will practically change the industrial landscape in our country. Big companies like Micron, Google, Applied Materials have announced huge investments in India. Micron will invest $2.5 billion in semiconductors, and this will link India with the world semiconductor chain. The training of more than 60,000 engineers by Lam Research would be extremely beneficial. Google will open its FinTech Center in India. Boeing too has announced $100 million investment, including a pilot training program. Our entry into the minerals and security partnership with a view to accessing lithium and other certain rare earths, in which sector areas where China is far ahead of us, will make eminent sense as we intend to make a rapid transition to electric energy vehicles. Apart from these specifics, there are critical technologies like quantum advanced computing, AI, and what is called innovation handshake, cutting edge research. So with all these developments, it seems there is going to be a very bright future for our country. Once upon a time, our IITs, Indian Institutes of Technology, and other premier engineering institutions majority of the students after passing out used to migrate to the West, particularly to the US. I think the time is going to come when you don't have to go abroad, you will find ample opportunities to contribute very meaningfully to the society staying in India itself. Lastly, I would suggest something. Many of you have come out very successfully, have done very well in your examination, but with a very strong and convenient startup ecosystem, you can think of starting your own business or unit. It is said that those who do not take risk are bound to work for somebody who does. So you can think about it very seriously, and we will all be very happy if you can set up your own industry, small units in our country, for which ample opportunities are available in terms of loans from banks or non-banking financial institutions. Now I have come to the end of my speech. You are going to, as my younger brother Devashish Sen said, you are going to face the world now. You will have to face struggles, challenges, impediments, but don't get flustered and take things easy. At the same time, working hard and hard. And ultimately, you should realize that what you contribute to the society or the country may benefit the society, but you should also have a very nice life, and therefore I suggest that you lean back, relax, and just enjoy the journey called life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your such an informative speech. Please stand up, please. Thank you. Our sir has told you that what are the different opportunities you will be getting in India and abroad. What are the thrust areas where you can focus right now? How much startup is important for all of you? And I think you have got a lot of insights about Indian economy and global economy. I think all of you have heard this term out of box thinking, right? Actually, in 1989, our founder, President Sir, Dr. Satyajit Chakraborty, he actually gave the example of out of box thinking. At that point of time, nobody dared to dream that they are going to have a private institution like this without cooperation from many facets of academic world. Sad dreamt that yes, we should have an institute of excellence, and within these 30 years, if you see the progress, then definitely you will be also respecting him a lot. Sir is a visionary leader, so it would be your great opportunity to hear from him, and I would request our President Sir, Dr. Satyajit Chakraborty, to give this speech. And my dear students, please listen to him very carefully, because just to listen his speech, it requires a lot of luck, I should say. So over to you, sir.
मॉर्निंग ये खंडहर कभी बुलंद था। ये खंडहर जब आप देख रहे हैं ये कभी बुलंद था। In 1989 we started journey, and with the support of governing body, members of the faculty, there was a time, even 3 years back, I used to play tennis, whether rain or shine. I used to play every Sunday. I used to go for golf playing. But because of the disease, today even for walking, I need support of somebody. So you will excuse me for this. I have only one request to make to you, that now everybody of you will be treated as highly educated person. You will be respected as highly educated person in India abroad. I'll request you, all of you, try to be very good human being. That you are highly educated is no doubt, but to be highly respected as a good human being, you have to try. And that is the only request I have. Be a good human being. Be a good human being. Be a good human being. Thank you.
Yes, he is our founder, director, president, sir. Over the years, he has taught us actually, you know, I don't have any hesitation to say, we didn't get any so-called management degree, but whatever teaching we have got from sir, actually we got practical management lessons, teaching from our president sir. He actually showed us the way we should lead the organization. And whatever he has said, I think all of you will remember that be a good human being first. Everything will fall in its place. Only nobody can make a good human being. It requires some time. It requires a lot of things. It requires ambience. And in IEM, we always wanted to give this ambience to all our students. After this college got all the departments, believe me, we were in short of a leader who can give all the flavors of world to this Institute of Engineering and Management. We wanted to have this foreign flavor in academics world. Otherwise, our students will not get any importance to the whole world. This particular principle, it was followed by our present director, sir, Dr. Shuddhajit Chakraborty. If you know him, he is a very good researcher, he is a very good teacher, he is a very good leader. But apart from that, he is actually showing the students the path they should follow if they want to have some importance, national importance, international importance. I think your head of the departments are constantly circulating lot of the research topics, lot of new research topics. Believe me, it is given by our director, Dr. Shuddhajit Chakraborty. So definitely, my dear students, you will love to listen from him. So I would request our director, Dr. Shuddhajit Chakraborty, to give his speech.
Respected Chairman of Governing Body, Sri Amit Kiran Dev Sir, respected President Sir, Sri Satyajit Chakraborty Sir, respected guest of honor from Macau, Shukhendu Shamasdar Sir, respected Vice Chancellor of IEM Kolkata, Professor Shajul Dasgupta Sir, respected Vice Chancellor of IEM Jaipur, Professor Vishwaya Chatterjee Sir, my teachers, my students and my faculty colleagues. It is a great honor today, and in this 34 years journey, today, is a very sacred day where we are holding the first convocation of the autonomous batch of students. We got the in 2019 we got the autonomous status. It's a very prestigious status given by UGC and Macau. It shows that we are capable of conducting the academic programs. We have the integrity and the capability to do end-to-end conduction of academic programs. So all the BBA, BCA, MBA, MTech courses, the 3-year courses and 2-year courses, the graduates of those courses are undergoing this first convocation. our quality, our president sir, was the first to open a private college, engineering college in West Bengal in the private sector. It was definitely a path showing event at that time. Very, very innovative, the need of the day at that time, and it has helped, the emergence of the IT sector in West Bengal. Because the IT sector could find thousands of graduates who could support their industry. With the quality, the government of West Bengal has upgraded us as a constituent school of School of Technology under the University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. So after 4 years, actually this entry batch, admission batch onwards, we have been upgraded as a School of Technology under University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. So after 4 years, the graduates will be graduating with degrees from University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. However, the college that we hold very close and near and dear to our hearts, IEM, will continue. We will continue our pursuit for excellence, and I'm hoping that new graduates will show the door, will show the path to the younger brothers and sisters about the pursuit for excellence. I will just say 4 points in my speech. I want to keep it brief. Especially for the new graduates, I just want to say four points. First point, I want to say that life is a journey. Enjoy it. Keep the balance, because it is very important. Just like we need to have a balanced diet for good health. We need to have a balance in life for a good life. A balance of work, of family, of friends, of exercise, of sports, of continuous knowledge, continuous studying, reading, innovating. So first point I wanted to make was, in this journey of life, keep that balance. The second point I wanted to keep in front of you was that work according to your beliefs, not according to the response you get from the world. What I mean to say is that, whenever you want to do something innovative, something new, something you believe will be good for the world, or good for the organization, or good for the society, you will see that you will face a lot of criticism, a lot of hurdles. But work towards your beliefs, don't work as a response to criticism or to attacks. If you believe that something is good for the society, good for the humanity, or good for the country, you should work at it by all means. Do not just, if somebody criticizes, don't meddle into petty, opposition. Work, more than that, as per your belief system. The third point I wanted to make was that, and I can tell you from my 25 years of experience in the professional field, that it is always hard work. Always hard work. Meaning that there will be peaks and valleys. There will be good, points in life, and there will be downturns. The way nature is programmed, survival of the fittest, struggle for existence, the Darwinian theory of evolution. The way nature is programmed, I have tried to, find the way, but there is no way except, up and down and up and down. And what happens? When you are up, when your things are going in your favor, that is the time, instead of relaxing, you must work extra hard to create the plan B, plan C, and the insurance, so that when you go down, those insurance, those plan B, plan C, will again help you again go up. And again, when you go up, do not, waste your time in complacency. Again, start working for plan B, plan C, and the insurance. So this is life. That's what I have figured out that it's always hard work all the time, but the way it is different. When you are down, you have to fight to again solve the problems, correct the mistakes, correct the failures, and go up. But when you are up, there is no scope for complacency. You always have to keep plan B, plan C, and save money, make contacts, make good relations, communications, all these things to make sure, because the downturn will inevitably come. There is no country, no organization, no person. The way nature is programmed, it is like up and down and up and down. The only thing is, if you work very hard towards making plan B and plan C, when you're up, then your downturn period will be quite short, right? And that's what you want. You want very quickly to get up. That's number 3. Fourth point is, again, it's regarding failure and not quitting. So failure is a way of learning. If you look at failure as a way of learning, if you win something or succeed in something, that just means you get it, right? It's nothing more than that. That you get it. Whatever it's, if it's a math problem, if it's an event, if it's a promotion that you have failed, or it's a scientific discovery you have failed, that just means you are learning. Failure is the nature's way or universal way of telling you that you are not doing it properly. You have to learn, right? And when you are succeeding, there's nothing great about it. It just means that you know the formula, you know the equation. That's what just it means. So failure is nothing wrong. Success is nothing great. Success just means that you have learned the formula. Failure just means you have yet to learn the formula. So that is all that is, and just keep at it. And yes, unless you quit, if you quit, then it is a failure. But unless you quit, it is not really a failure, but rather a learning, a rough work, a learning, right? And I will finish by saying, as Thomas Alva Edison said when he was asked, "Sir, how do you feel after failing 1,000 times to invent the light bulb?" And Thomas Alva Edison said, "I have not failed even once. It was a 1,000-step process." So try to program your mind to accept failure as a process, as a step in the way towards success. Okay? Thank you all, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you to our director, sir. I think all of you have heard what is the secret recipe of being a successful leader. Your balance in life, hardworking. Then third point, who will tell me? Again, they will tell. Again, madam, you are not teaching. Anyway, the third one is the having separate plans, plan A, plan B, plan C. And the fourth one is you have to consider failure as the pillar of success. My dear students, this particular event, it's a very significant moment in my own life also, because I had started in 2019 as a COE. Before that, I'm in this institute. I'm associated with this institute for last 23 years. Before that, I was in industry. So after this 23 years, suddenly I came to know that our college has got the autonomous status in 2019. So it is now today the first autonomous batch are going out of this college, and naturally it's a very significant moment in my life because it represents the culmination of more than 2 decades of efforts in conceptualizing, in planning and building this institution with the valuable support of our President Sir, Director Sir, our Director Corporate Relations, our Registrar Madam. On the positive note, IEM has proved herself again and again by tenaciously holding top ranks in different fields of education, placement, students who may not be knowing it. Very recently, IEM has got several awards in 2023, I'm talking about 2023, within these 6 months, IEM has got ABP Anand Shiksha Samman Award 2023, Times Business Award 2023, Bengal Icon Award 2023, in All India Times Ranking Survey of 2023, IEM Kolkata stood 7th in top 170 engineering institutes. IEM Kolkata again got 5th rank among top 125 private institutes in whole India. In placement among top 70 private institutes, IEM got 8th rank. In region-wise ranking, in Eastern region, IEM stood 2nd. So a big round of applause for Institute of Engineering and Management and all faculties and dignitaries who are sitting on the dais. Maybe they are not getting that much opportunity to speak in front of you because of time shortage. We have got grants from different industry which have been channelized to strengthen our research infrastructure, and we have funded various research projects in thrust areas which have got global relevance. Within this short span of time, within 2 years, we have opened several centers of excellence in artificial intelligence. Because I want to tell our Mr. Amit Kiran Dev sir also, sir was also telling. So our institute is going in the right direction because we have already opened up center of excellence in AI, machine learning, data science, cyber security, quantum computing, VLSI, and within this short span of time, those center of excellence, they have got patents, they are doing projects outside, they are helping the society in many ways. Today, with a vision to build the next generation creation of India, starting from pandemic until today, Institute witnessed a record-breaking placement session because most of the college throughout India, they were scared about the placement, but Institute of Engineering and Management could show the result. And for that, behind the scene, who was relentlessly working, she is none other than our Director Corporate Relation, Professor Gopa Goswami. Please give a big round of applause to ma'am. Thank you. All these accomplishments could not have been possible without the committed participation and support of all stakeholders, our faculty, our students and staff, agencies and industries sponsoring R&D consulting projects who assist us in various capacities, our alumni, and definitely last but not the least, our governing body members. Thanks to our friends and media, we have got immense support from the media for their excellent support in reaching our activities to the general public. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Devashish Singh, Mr. Amit Kiran Dev, Chairman of Governing Body Members, and then we will right now listen to Dr. Shukendu Shamajdar. He is also Director at the Incubation Center in Macau. And before I end, I wish our graduates happiness and professional success, and congratulations to you all, and God bless you, my child. So right now I will call upon stage Professor Dr. Shukendu Shamajdar. You may not be knowing, when we started this academic autonomous journey, then we were in a dilemma that how we should conduct the examination. Because in any institute, examination is a process where the whole secret lies. Because always we say taste of the fruit is in eating. So I think that examination department does the same thing. But we were in a dilemma that how we should progress. So we were actually searching for a hand who will hold us in that particular period. And Professor Shukendu Shamajdar, he gave his immense support to all the IEM members and especially to me. I'm very much grateful to you, sir, and I would like to call Dr. Shukendu Shamajdar, and please listen to him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Distinguished members on the dais and members of the borderless and members of the dedicated service community. Namaskar, namaste, good morning. This is a bit of an emotional moment for me. Pretty much exactly 30 years ago, I was on the other side of a gathering like this. I was graduating with my PhD from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Over there, they do not call it convocation, they call it commencement. I heard that for the first time, and I kind of like the idea, because on and from this day, your journey as a contributing human being commences. Standing here today, I realize how the person who was standing at the lectern on that day felt. That individual, our guest for my commencement in the University of Michigan in 1993 was Hillary Clinton. Certain things she said, certain things many people said, certain things I read from several books, several classes, different experiences. I would share a few of my personal learnings with you today. One or two would be what I've learned from individuals who have influenced my life. One or two would be what I've learned from books that have shaped my life. Let me first talk a word or two about attitude. It was in 1989, I was a student in a class taught by Professor David Strolovich. He was barely in his 30s, yet he was the Burton Russell Chair Professor in the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Currently he is in Princeton. And I was taking a course in dislocation. For those of you who may not be familiar with the word, it's not about dislocating your shoulder, but it is about a defect or imperfection in materials, actually metals. Many of you, all of us, have used metals like, if nothing else, but paper clips. And they function, they move, yet they do not break. So my first lesson in attitude, I learned from being a student. I pride in calling myself a mystery, a student of engineering. I was a student of metallurgical engineering, and I'm grateful to it because that subject, that field taught me a very fundamental lesson in attitude. That you can bend, that you can make things out of metal, out of any engineering materials, especially the ductile, the structural ones. we may not realize, but we can do that thanks to imperfections. If there were no imperfection, metals would be extremely strong, but equally brittle and fragile. So, my dear friends of from the members of this learning community, please realize that your imperfections are not severe limitations. You just have to figure it out how you can use it to make it yourself more robust. The other thing in attitude I learned from Professor Strolovich was about respect. He used to make fun of us, or kind of laugh, smile and said, Sukhendu, call me Dave. Because everywhere, pretty much everybody there addresses even the professors by their name. And I said, that your first name will not come out of it. Maybe if you feel a bit hesitant to hear professor every time from my mouth, I'll call you sir. He said, okay, that's the deal. Now, the textbook was a book called Theory of Dislocations by Hart and Lowe. That is the book, perhaps the most, you call it difficult, you call it resourceful, you call it rigorous. That book, which I had always seen in the topmost shelf in the libraries in Jabalpur as well as in Indian Institute of Science where I had studied before, I kind of thought it was always out of reach for me, for people of my league, for someone like my capacity and ability. So that was the first lesson in that I had to face something which I always thought unreachable. And what would happen is I would go to Professor Strolovich with a problem which I could not solve, or I was stuck in his office, and he will ask me, okay, what's the next step? What are you going to do this? And eventually he will guide me. He will just guide me, not solve the problem himself. He will guide me to solve the problem. And I will come back feeling very surprised that why couldn't I do that myself. And pretty much at the end of the class, that course, I one day could gather courage and overcame hesitation and asked him, sir, pretty much every time I kind of solved the problem with which I came to you. You just kind of gave me a hint or two. Why is it? Why can't I do it by myself? He kind of smiled, a smile that maybe an elder brother, maybe an uncle does it to their younger brothers. It was a smile of indulgence, if I may. He said, you know, Sukhendu, what your problem is not the problems that you bring it to me. Your problem is your attitude towards those problems. You are afraid of them. You kind of dislike them. You think they are there to trouble you. You do not approach them with love. You do not approach them with tenderness. All I do is create an ambience. All I do is create a distraction for your mind so that those kind of preconceived notions are put in temporary exile. So try from now onward to approach the problems more friendly, because the problems, problems are actually yearning to be solved. The problems want you to be partner in their liberation. So from that day onward, my attitude to problems changed. Had it not, I would not have been able to graduate, let alone teach for about 10 years in the US and many more here as well. I would not be standing here in front of you. So that's the attitude part. And the last one that I would like you to share with you would be about fear. In the first speech, we heard about where the mind is without fear. This is something that I learned about fear from one of the best children's book ever written. It is called Toto-chan by Tetsugo Kobayashi. It is available in translation in English as well as in Bengali, among several other languages. It is basically about a little girl and a headmaster of a school in Japan. That was the context. And what did the headmaster say about fear? Because fear is a very important feeling. It is a very, very important emotion. It would be very counterproductive to pretend that we do not have it. We need to face it, and then only we can overcome it. What happens is, most of the time, we are afraid of the wrong things. So what are the things that we should fear? Which are the true sources of fear? And the headmaster of Toto-chan's school says 4 things. Having eyes and not seeing beauty. Having ears and not hearing music. Having mind but not seeking the truth. And having heart but not feeling for others. These are things to fear. My dear friends, be on guard. Watch out that you do not fall for these true sources of fear. Finally, 9 words that has kept me going through a roller coaster life, which maybe on another occasion I will share with you. But on this, I will share the 9 words that has kept me going. Those are: never give up. Never, 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 never give up.
Thank you so much, sir. I think now all of you have understood how much attitude is important in human's life. What sir has said, what actually you should be scared of. I think all of you have noted it down. Now that most awaiting, interesting part of today's ceremony has come up, I would request what we will right now do. All graduates and postgraduate students will take an oath with our director sir. For that, you all have to stand up. But before taking an oath, I would request to give you a standing ovation to all the teachers and professors who are sitting in the dais, on the dais, or who are sitting in front of in front 2 benches. Please give them a standing ovation because of them you are here, and you will be from today part of strongest alumni of Institute of Engineering Management. So right now we will start the oath with our director, Professor Dr. Shukla Jijo.
All students, please stand up. Please raise your right arm and repeat after me. Please raise your right arm and repeat after me. On this August occasion of our graduation day, as I enter into my profession, I solemnly pledge that honesty, sincerity, and hard work shall be the cherished values of my life. The motto of IEM, namely invent solutions, shall be the guiding principle of my life. I promise to maintain the honor, integrity, and dignity of my profession. I shall always place my country above myself. May God help me. The convocation is declared open.
Please sit down, everybody. We are now going to start the distribution ceremony with batch of BBA 2019 to 2022. I'll call in the names. I would request the floor coordinators to kindly coordinate. I would also request our dignitary, Mr. Amit Kirundev sir, to kindly distribute the certificates. We'll provide you one by one. Nikhil Shaw. Nikhil Shaw, please come on stage. Nikita Chaudhary. Nishit Ghosh. Piyush Khatri. Protyusha De. Protyusha De. Piyush Khatri. Ragini Dotto. Please applaud. Rahul Vishwas. Rahul Vishwas. Rahul Gupta. Raja Alam. Raja Alam. Rudrojit Goswami. Rudrojit Goswami.
Have all of you taken breakfast today? That's why the sounds is not coming. Please, give a good round of applause for your student, for your friends.
Ritika Ghosh. Shahil Das. Shondipto Ghosh. I would next request Dr. Shubhendu Shomasdas sir to kindly come up on the stage and distribute the next few certificates. Shankrit Kumar Soni, BBA. Shayok Ghoshal, BBA. Shaptoshi Sarkar, BBA. Shruti Mojumdar, BBA. Siddharth Sarkar, BBA. Sneha Kumari, BBA. Sarthak Dan, BBA. Shayom Ray, BBA. Shivangi Thakur, BBA. Shohom Sarkar, BBA. Shoumini Roy, BBA. Shostik Mitro, BBA. Srimana Chatterjee, BBA. Srijita De, BBA. Everybody kindly applaud Please, madam. Sushmita Boni, BBA. Shadin Dotto. Shadin Dotto, BBA.
उत्कर्ष डैनियल उत्कर्ष
Shweta Singh, BBA.
उत्तरिणी उत्तरिणी
Trina Bali, BBA.
उत्तरिणी जिनिया कत पाए जानो अवंतिका
Utkarsh Daniel Bhagat, BBA.
अग्रदीप अग्रदीप
Utkarini Das, BBA.
अहोना दास आकाश सेन
Zinia Bhattacharya, BBA.
अमीषा अमीषा ओनिवन
Students kindly applaud. Where is the applaud? Avantika Das, BBA. Abhudip Dotto, BBA.
अनुष्काना अनुभव अनुभव अनुष्का का जानी जाए
Ahona Das, BBA. Ahona Das, BBA. Akash Singh, BBA. Amish Nag Roy. Amish Nag Roy, BBA. Anirban Roy, BBA. Anirbit Shah, BBA. Students applaud. Where is the applause? Anushka Nag, BBA. Applause. Anubhav Nando, BBA. Arindo Kumar Singh, BBA. Orko Shane, BBA. Arnav Bishwas, BBA. Arnav Mujumdar, BBA. Arpon Sheel, BBA. Onabo Chakraborty, BBA. Devdut Chakraborty, BBA. Deepanjana Das, BBA. দেববর্ণী বিশ্বাস বিবিএ, ডিম্পি দাস বিবিএ,
Please maintain silence, my dear students. You are IEM and as well as now you are alumni. So please maintain silence.
ডোনা দাস বিবিএ, applaud please, where are the applause? Emily Basu BBA, Indrani Das Chaudhary BBA, Ipshita Pathak BBA, Ishita Shui BBA, applause, where are the applause? Ishan Kormakar BBA, Kaustubh Roy BBA, Kunal Pramanik BBA, applause, where is the applause? Megha Shukla BBA, Mebhash Fatima BBA, Tiyasha Ghosh BBA, Purvasha Das BBA, Ronak Shah BBA, Rajendra Prasad Maiti BBA, thank you sir. Next I would like to call Professor Shojal Dasgupta sir to the stage for distribution.
Sir, Professor Dr. Shojal Dasgupta is actually Vice Chancellor of University of Engineering and Management.
We are moving on to the BCA department, batch of 2019-2022. Advay Mohan Rakhit, BCA. অগ্নিব শঙ্কর ভট্টাচার্য BCA.
নাম ডাকলে কি শুনতে পাচ্ছি স্যার, একটু সরে যান না।
Where are the applause? Everyone, applause. Akash De, BCA. Applause. অন্তরা রে বিবিএ বিসিএ, অর্ণ নাথ বিসিএ, অভিষেক মন্ডল বিসিএ। Applause, where are the applause everybody? অয়নব সরকার বিসিএ, আয়ুষ মজুমদার বিসিএ, Vishan Vishwas BCA. Applause, where are the applause? Rishti Banerjee BCA. Rishita Haldar BCA. Priyanshu Raj Peter BCA. Applause everyone, where are the applause? Priyaka Dash BCA. Ritom Kornokar BCA. Shagnik Das BCA. Applause everyone. Where are the applause? Shahil Ghosh BCA. Applause. We are still in the first half of the day. Where is the energy? Applause everyone. Sanjeevni Shankarika Nandan BCA. Shivaji Basu BCA. Shiyoshi Ghosh BCA. Everyone kindly maintain silence. Those students who are receiving and those students who are observing, applaud plus, but please be silent. Shomojit Sharkar, Shrimoyi Bera BCA, Shumon Sheikh BCA, Tanisha Ghosh BCA, From the BBA department, Debargu Kaur. Next, we will move on to the MBA full-time department, MBA department. No control, please. Applause.
Please maintain silence, my dear students. I know you have met after a long 1 year, but you will get ample opportunity. Believe me, after this session gets over, you will go to photography and selfie zone, then you can take photographs with your faculty, with your friends, with your family members. But I would request last bench, please maintain silence, otherwise we cannot proceed. Please maintain silence. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call on stage Professor Gopal Goswami Madam for the next few awards, next few certificates. Obhijit Chatterjee, Obhijit Chatterjee, MBA. Aditya Mitro, MBFT. Aditya Mitro. Aditya Shah, MBA. Applause, where are the applause? Please applaud, but no other clappers or whistles, please. Afreen Mumtaz, MBA. Afreen Mumtaz. Omkita Hori, BBA. Omkita Hori, MBA. Omkita Korlekar, MBA. Afreen Mumtaz, MBA.
MBA teachers, those who are here, please maintain the chronological sequence. The sequence that we have given it to you. Like what BBA and BCA have done, I understand that MBA will be following the same.
Omkita Korlekar, MBA. Next, I would like to call. Thank you, madam. Next, I would like to call upon stage our director, sir, to award the next few certificates. Atrey Mukhopadhyay, MBA. Atul Kumar Shahu, MBA. Devjyoti Bormon, MBA. Dona Chakraborty, MBA. Applause, where are the applause? Gulab Shah, MBA. Indranil Acharya, MBA. Indranil Acharya, MBA. Lipika Indranil Acharya, MBA. Lipika Banerjee, MBA. Nirima Chakraborty, MBA. Mitesh Boral, MBA. Mitesh Boral, MBA. Mohammad Javed Sadat, MBA. Pia Mujumdar, MBA. Priya Bera, Mohammad Javed Sadat. Priya Bera, MBA. Priya Bera, MBA. Mohammad Javed Sadat, MBA. Priyanka Banerjee, MBA. Priyanka Banerjee, MBA. Priyanka Banerjee, MBA. Murmila Dev, MBA.
राजदीप शाह
Priyanka Banerjee, MBA.
रिंकी का बोल पीछे
Rahul Dev Haldar, MBA. Rajdeep Shah, MBA. Rinki Jha, MBA. Rohit Kumar Mukherjee, MBA. Applause, where are the applause? Sanjana Boni, MBA. Saptarshi Das. Sanjana Boni, MBA.
अबे रिंकी कहाँ थी जाओ बोलो मैम को बोलो
Saptarshi Das.
কি করছো যাও সিটে যাও গিয়ে বসো
Saptarshi Das, MBA. Shayanton Pathak, MBA. Applause, where are the applause, everyone? Taking selfies. সায়ন্তিকা পল্লে MBA, সৌমদীপ কুইলা MBA,
প্রিয়া চলে গেছে
শুভময় সরকার MBA, সুব্রজিৎ অধিকারী MBA,
देख ना दूर से अच्छा नहीं
অনন্যা বিশ্বাস
সুকন্যা চক্রবর্তী MBA,
অনন্যা বিশ্বাস অনন্যা বিশ্বাস নেই
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Professor Vishnujoy Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor from Jaipur, to give the words.
একটু দাঁড়িয়ে
অনন্যা বিশ্বাস MBA, সাগরিকা গাঙ্গুলি MBA,
ऐसी हो रहा है मौके में
अश्वित कौर MBA, अश्वित कौर MBA,
মধুশ্রী মাইতি মধুশ্রী মাইতি
সৈকত সোম MBA,
মধুশ্রী মাইতি দীপাঞ্জন দাস
মধুশ্রী মাইতি এসেছিল তো
সন্দীপন সাহা
তিয়াশা গিরি MBA, মধুশ্রী মাইতি MBA, মধুশ্রী মাইতি MBA, দীপাঞ্জন দাস MBA. Where are the applause, everyone? সন্দীপন সাহা MBA, ইন্দিবা সরকার MBA, শ্রুতি মিত্রা MBA,
वही मैं जाऊँ उसको धक्का मार
Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Bonani Chakraborty, Registrar IEM, to distribute the next few certificates.
एक वीडियो
Shiladitya Das, MBA. Applause. Arpon Kumar Das, MBA.
রচয়িতা সুস্মিতা রচয়িতা
लॉन्डिया को बोलो ना बैठ
शिवांगी बोस MBA
बोलो ना ওই মেয়েটাকে সরতে বল না এই মাঝখানে সাদা জামাটা ভাই মাঝখানে যে সাদা জামা ফটো ওনা সরতে
Vinod Bhattacharjee MBA applause Belati applause everyone guys time out
এই জায়গাটা আমি ব্লক করব
MD Sohel MBA Ananya Mojumdar MBA Rachita Mojumdar MBA Shushmita Bose MBA
যতটা দিদি এসেছে মাঝখানে हायर इसके फोटो कितना बड़ा
Hindu Sanko Bhutia MBA
देख कब जाएगी भाई
Ankita Mojumdar MBA Hindu Sanko Bhutia MBA
हम लोग का
Ankita
बात
Mojumdar MBA
छोड़ ना पास तो कर ही गए
Dipendu Chakraborty MBA
60
Ayur Chakraborty MBA Oritra Pal MBA Dipendu Chakraborty MBA Orpita Pal MBA Dev Subrat Everyone kindly maintain silence and please applaud where are the applause Dev Subrat Ganguly MBA
वहां से फोटो खींच
Sneoshi Dashgupta MBA
अभी तो खींचा शेयर शी करती दो बार लिंक अवार्ड
Oindrila Vishwas MBA
सखी जी
Preeti Dev MBA Where is the applause? Where is the time out? Yes, please maintain silence. Bitin Kornokar MBA Krishna Singhal MBA
छेड़ा अब एक डिग्री का मारना चाहिए
Krishna Singhal MBA
अभी उसका फोटो आना वो लॉर्ड लॉर्ड
Swarnakar Vinisha Swarnakar MBA Ochishman Banerjee MBA Ochishman Banerjee MBA Sujoy Ghosh MBA Soumen Kanuta
और एक बार
MBA
पूछेगा तो नहीं देंगे अभी रुक जा वीडियो नहीं लिया फोटो ही लिया
Thank you, madam. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Rajashri Paul, Director, IQAC UA.
मैं FT के ऑनिंग चला ये FT में कितना लोग बाकी हैं?
Vipasha Mitro MBA.
শুভশ্রী দাসগুপ্ত আচ্ছা প্রেম প্রেম শ্রীপর্ণা
Iporna Pal. Sanjana Deshi. Sanjana Deshi. Kumar Shishant MBA.
আয়ুষ ঘোষ দেবাঞ্জন দে দেবাঞ্জন
Applause, Berani applause. Jotishko Das MBA.
मेरा फोन नहीं है
Applause everyone. Debolina Sarkar MBA. Shubhashree Dasgupta MBA. Sriporna Kamrui MBA.
सीने में चीज़ आती है सीने में चीज़
Shreyaita Aldar MBA.
ये ये
Ayush Bose MBA.
एक बेस्ट एक कॉमन ड्राइव है सब
Evanjon De MBA.
মাইল সভা হতে পারে
Prem Kumar Prasad MBA. Everybody please maintain silence. Everybody please maintain silence.
हाय स्माइल कर सुन ना मुझे बता दो
Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Arun Kumar Bor, Principal, IEM Engineering.
दोनों मेरे पास है मेरा एक फोन तो मेरे पास है तो एक ही फोन है
Protoy Banerjee, MBA.
तेरा कितना दिन बाद
Ankita Pal, MBA. Ankita Pal, MBA.
मैं तुम्हें इधर नीचे जाना
Shumon Das, MBA. Shumon Das. Abhishek Torokar, MBA. Shruti Bhattacharya, MBA.
ना इधर चला मेरा फोन जहाँ से भाड़े पे दिन का 5 रुपए की 6 रुपए
Shoptaki Ghosh, MBA.
बैग में भाड़ा भाग के भाग
Payal Shah, MBA. Payal Shah, MBA. Applause, Berani applause. Moitri Chatterjee, MBA. Moitri Chatterjee. Joy Haldar, MBA. Somajit Chakraborty, MBA. Devashish Das, MBA. Moitri Chatterjee, MBA. Please be silent, everyone. Please be silent. Devashish Das, MBA.
কলেজ থেকে।
तो हम लोग को सिर्फ ग्रेड ही मिलेगा ना?
তুমি কি কলেজেরই?
पल्लवी विश्वास MBA,
কলেজ কতদিন মানে
अलीवा
তোমাদের
विश्वास MBA,
একটা জানাই না।
अरे ठीक है लिंक
सुदेशना विश्वास MBA,
मैं तेरा खींचते दे रहा हूँ।
आतिश कुमार MBA, आतिश कुमार MBA, पवित्रा विश्वास MBA, पवित्रा विश्वास MBA, पल्लवी घोष MBA, देवान्विता घोष MBA, applause, where are the applause? Students, applause. Those who are standing at the back, kindly settle down. Those who are standing at the back, kindly settle down. I would request the faculty coordinators on the floor, please. Shukriti Mondol, MBA.
হ্যাঁ
Navya Gupta, MBA. Navya Gupta, MBA. Anilita Shinho, MBA. Anilita Shinho, MBA. Priyanka Ganguly, MBA. Priyanka Ganguly, MBA. Ankita Singh, Mona, MBA. Ankita Singh, Mona, MBA. Those at the back, kindly, please be silent. Shaunak Londi, MBA. Sachin Roy, MBA. Kaustav Dash, MBA. Prerna Datta, MBA.
তারা সবাই
Prerna Datta, MBA.
তুলে সে দেখে দেখে
Rajoshi
তুলেছি
Basu, MBA.
এই দেখে
Anand Kumar Rai, MBA. Sir, thank you. Next, I would like everybody please be silent. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Anubhav Bhattacharya, IEM Management Department.
শোকাবেলা
Anand Kumar Rai, MBA. Suparna Poddar, MBA. Vikas Kumar Prasad, MBA. Vikas Kumar Prasad, MBA. Shagorika Ray, MBA. Students, where are the applause? Where are the applause? Krishti Jaiswal, MBA. Polomi Gupta, MBA. Devajyoti Rai.
तो कितने वो बोला 60 ऐसे कौन ऐसे यहाँ से थोड़ी बोला
उत्तर क्षेत्री MBA, उत्तर क्षेत्री MBA,
दूर जा जाने तो देखो
शिवम कुमार शाह MBA, शिवम कुमार शाह MBA, विनायक मोदक MBA,
ताड़ाताड़ी जा
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Moha Chakraborty, Principal, Ashram. Chitra Dash, MBA GM. Chitra Dash, MBA GM. Ravika Gupta, Ravika Gupta, MBA GM. Zishan Ahmed Khan, MBA GM. Zishan Ahmed Khan. Omkita Shah, MBA GM. Omkita Shah. Shalini Shi, MBA GM. Shalini Shi. Madhurima Shah, MBA GM. Madhurima Shah.
मैं आगे चली जाऊँ।
Sabrina Banerjee, MBA GM. Sabrina Banerjee. Suchitra Shingho, MBA GM. Shumit Kumar De, MBA GM. Pramod Chakraborty. Pramod Chakraborty, MBA GM. Thank you, madam. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Motoshi Vishwas Singh, HOD, CSE IT. Yoshaki Patro, Yoshaki Patro, MBA GM. Shayandam Chakraborty, MBA GM. Kuntol Mighty, MBA GM. Orpida Kundu, MBA GM. Moitri Khandra, MBA GM. Ebendu Vishwas, MBA GM. Ayush Kaparia, MBA GM. Rupsha Chakraborty, MBA GM. Next, I would like to call Professor Shujit Dutta sir, HOD. Rahul Karmakar, MBA GM. Where are the applause, everyone? Aditya Roy, MBA GM. प्रीतम कुमार अधिकारी
ना जा
MBA
जा
GM
स्वीट टाइम लिखा फोटो
प्रीतम कुमार अधिकारी MBA GM शुभजीत दे MBA GM applause चंद्री MBA GM
इसको उड़ाएंगे ठीक है
अंतोलिना दुबो MBA GM
मेरे में तो तुम लोग कैसे किया नहीं
मैं खड़ा था मैं ऊपर
कुंतल घोष MBA GM
तुमने दिया था ना तुमने खड़ा रहेगा लेके
राजीव रंजन MBA GM
दिया बসে যাবে গেছে
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Abhishek Bhattacharya, HOD, BCAS. Parag De, MBA GM. Kalyani Roy, MBA GM. Kalyani Roy, MBA GM. Pritam Pratim Dash, MBA GM. Where are the applause, everyone? Shormishta Ghosh, MBA GM. Proshenjit Kumar Boshak, MBA GM. Parul Gupta, MBA GM. Riya Konukar, MBA GM. Bapan Vishwas, MBA GM. Rajdeep Pramanik, MBA GM. Shubhajit Karforma, MBA GM. Sania, MBA GM.
सोनम कुमारी
Sania. Shabuni Paul, MBA GM. Where are the applause, everyone?
सोनम
Devopriya Chatterjee, MBA GM.
এই গেছিস পেছনে যা না
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call on stage Professor Robin Mojumdar, HOD of BBA Department. Tanushri, MBA GM. Sonam Kumari, MBA GM. Sonam Kumari, MBA GM. Arunesh Ghosh, MBA GM. Priyadarshini Dash, MBA GM. Priyadarshini Dash, MBA GM. Nandita Bishwas, MBA GM. Shubhendu Mondol, MBA GM. Shubhendu Mondol, MBA GM. Everybody please maintain silence and be seated. Everybody please maintain silence and be seated. Faculty coordinators kindly coordinate. Faculty coordinators are requested to kindly coordinate and Rahul Shah, MBA GM. Rahul Shah, MBA GM.
এই এইটা
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon stage Praveen Kumar Das, sir, HOD BSH. We are moving towards MSc. We are moving towards MSc 2020-2022 batch.
যারা
Yuti Korna, Behuria, MSc.
এরা যদি ওই
Yuti
লাইনটা
Korna, Behuria, MSc.
এই ছেলেটা চলে আসছে দেখে সত্যি বলে আমাকে
Shahina Paul,
দাদা একটু সরে যান না দাদা একটু সরে যেতে বলুন না একটু সরে যান
Shomi Parali,
এরকম বলে বলে
MSc. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Shomavitra Poddar, HOD, alumni. Tiyasha Dash, MSc. Urvi Rai, MSc. Urvi Rai, MSc. Ramesh Raja Mondol, Atul Sarkar, MSc.
এটা দেওয়া শুরু করলো সার্টিফিকেটটা তখন থেকে নয়েজটা চলে গেল ওদের ওখান থেকে কিছু ডিস্টার্ব ছিল
Thank you. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Doima. Shubhajit Chakraborty, MTech CSE. Shagota Chakraborty, MTech CSE. Soporno Pramanik, MTech CSE. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Sushmita Mukherjee, HOD, Biotechnology Department. Ishan Chatterjee, MTech CSE. Ishan Chatterjee, MTech CSE. Ilisha Dash, MTech CSE. Next, we are moving into MTech ECE 2020-2022 batch. Orpita Chakraborty, MTech ECE. Ruporna Paul, MTech EC. Pritam Sarkar, MTech EC. Where are the applause, everyone? Applause! Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Professor Shubhajit, I would like to call upon stage Professor Shubhajit Kaur, HOD, WE Department. Sudipta Majhi, MTDC. Sukarna De, MTech EC. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon stage Professor Shambhuti Chakraborty, HOD, Dean of Law, UEM. Shondipon Mitro, MTech EC. Kaustubh Chaki, MTech EC. Ankit Baldar, MTech EC.
Okay, so can you maintain silence for 1 minute, please? Because we have come to the end of today's historic event. It was a very emotional moment, very nostalgic moment for all professors who were sitting over here. We were discussing that we are remembering our own convocation day. So with this, our convocation ceremony has come to an end. Students are requested, if you want to take photograph and selfie, there is a selfie zone and photograph zone. You can go over there, left side, wherever you have entered into this convocation hall. And then you will definitely have lunch. So lunch will be served from there only. So if you just go out of this way, you will get the photography zone as well as the lunch area. Okay. So thank you all. God bless you all. Wish you all the success and be a happy person. And I would like to thank all dignitaries present over dais. Now we will be moving on to boardroom.